That's Muslim.
Yo, I don't use that term myself.
I agree with you.
You are a Muslim, but you are not anymore.
Yeah, I wasn't really a Muslim, but obviously I had no choice in it because I was born, like my parents are Muslim, so I had to be a Muslim, but I wasn't really, you know, I don't think I was ever a mature Muslim or like a...
Right, I understand. So what are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
What's the options?
Well, Muslim, Christian, Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, agnostic, atheist, anyone pick.
I would say I'm not really any of those. Maybe atheist, but not really. I don't really call myself atheist. There's labels, isn't it?
I know. Yeah, it's
so
true. It's true.
I don't really, like, because it's just people just make stuff up and then they just expect you to like put your label in it, like you're atheist.
Yeah.
But if you're atheist, it's like you don't believe in God. But then like, what's God? You know what I mean? Like your God is different to like other gods, in it. It's different. So you gotta define it. If you say that you believe in God, you gotta say like what's God. You understand?
Yeah.
But you don't say what's God. You just say that God is someone who made the universe. But you're not saying what it is. If you don't say what it is, how can you like say you believe it or you don't believe it?
Yeah.
You know
I can see your reasoning. The thing that I always think about. I'm sorry. I'm Shabir. You are?
Imran.
Imran. Nice meeting you, brother. Yeah. You see, Imran. The way I look at things, I think to myself, okay. If there is a creator, if there is a creator,
so you doubt a bit as well.
No, he's saying if.
Are you doubt a bit? If, meaning you're not sure.
for the purpose of the discussion.
Sorry, I beg your pardon.
No worries at all. Yeah. So if there was a creator, I mean, logic is already telling me that whatever it is definitely far superior to me.
Yeah, okay.
Logic dictates.
In what sense?
I'll tell you. You see, if I tell you right now, Imran, what is behind you?
I'm not looking behind me.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
It means that you are limited in your understanding of life around you. You can't do some things.
Obviously,
I can stretch my elbow. If I try any further, I'm going to scream with pain. Okay? Why?
Well, it's physical, right? It's physical world, so we will limit
because
by the laws of physics, isn't it?
Not only we are physical, but we are limited.
No, but it's physical, isn't it? It's not
I just said, right? Not only are we physical, but we are also limited.
What does the limited mean?
Limited means that I'm asking you what's behind you. You can't tell me.
Well, if I turn around, I can see.
Yeah, you can do that, can't you? Okay, turn around and tell me what is behind that building down there.
That's the rest of London, isn't it?
Speculative.
Yeah, all right.
It might be Iceland. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, but the point is we are limited.
If I go there, I can see it, right?
Agreed. So we are limited. Yeah. Now, logic dictates that if there is a creator, to me, I'm just going, I cannot accept that a creator created Earth, another creator created Mars, another creator created Jupiter, because my logic is telling me it won't make sense. Why? Because the very fact that they could only do, whatever this creator is, could only do one thing, makes that particular being just like me, limited in entity. Now, logic again is dictating to me, I'm looking at the universe for what we understand the universe to be, and that universe is so vast that we ourselves don't really know what it is all about. Okay? So, logic again dictates, Imran, that if there is a creator, only the creator will tell you what the creator only the creator will tell us what the creator is like. It is folly, F-O-L-L-Y, it is folly for us to try and think we can accurately describe a creator when we are limited entities.
But you're talking about a creator, you have no evidence as a creator, you're just talking about it, right?
That is.
You just talk for 5 minutes about a creator, but how do you know there's a creator? How do you know there's only one creator? How do you know there's not 5 creators? How do you know there is a creator? First look, if I say this like this camera, you say someone created it, but we know someone created it because it's got a certain function, right? We can figure out someone's created this camera, right? Like deliberately for a particular reason. The reason is to take a video, right? And you can figure it out, like everything for the camera, like the stand, just put it on so they can face the person and take a video. You can figure it out. There's nothing arbitrary or random on this. It's all designed. If you look at the trees, if you look at the grass on the floor, if you look at all humans, we're all different, right? It's all random. It's not designed. Like, why do you wear glasses? If a creator created you, why has he created you bad eyesight? I wear contacts. Why have I got bad eyesight? Why has someone got cancer, someone got diabetes? Why is like some kids are born, it's all random, isn't it? It's not like there's no creation, it's all random. So how do you deduce that there's a creator who created it for a specific purpose? How do you know? Like, you don't know, isn't it? There's no evidence. There's no reason to suggest it. If you look at the universe, the world, you're jumping to a conclusion, you're saying there's a creator. Another thing is that if I say that someone created like a bus, or someone created a house, right? I go look at the process by which it was created, right? I can't just say it was created. I go look at how it was. First you got to ask the question, how was it made? Then you can deduce that someone must have made it, and that person must be like this. Like if that house is on fire, if that building is on fire.
I'm sorry. Hi, how are you? You okay? Good. All right. Okay. Hi, how are you? You okay? Alaikum salam. You all right? Okay. Sorry, sister. Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
So say if that building was on fire, right, and you want to see where did the fire start from, who started it, you got to look at where it started from, isn't it? You can't just say this person started it. So with the universe, you got to look at how it was created before you say that this was a creator. But you guys are just, because you want to justify your beliefs, you're saying that there's a creator, but you're not even like doing the actual work of saying, okay, this is how it was created. So it's like a bit unreasonable, isn't it? It's like you're just trying to justify your own position. So it's a bit dishonest, like it's a bit dishonest.
Okay. So what are you saying?
What I'm saying here is that you talk about all this stuff. You talk about afterlife. You talk about the God that created the universe. But none of this stuff has got any evidence or anything.
Excellent. Right. Okay. So if we are going to go on the basis of evidence, what evidence do you have to prove to me I have got a mind?
Well, because it doesn't really matter, does it, that if I got a mind or not?
Right, let's start again.
To discuss it, is it? Why are we talking about
Right,
got a mind?
Imran,
like,
let's start again.
You don't have a mind.
You see, because I think you said things so fast, you didn't realize what you said. So I'm going to remind you. Okay? Number one, you said you haven't seen a creator. So how do you know? That's what you said. So I'm saying, can you prove to me I have a mind? You've come across the word mind.
Let's say I can't prove it.
Why not?
Let's say I don't want to. I can't.
Okay. I don't want to. That is being dishonest.
Okay, go on.
Okay? I don't want to and I can't are two different things. I don't want to means you have shut off, no problem.
First,
if I can just
how do you define the mind?
If I can just yeah. I don't want to, no problem. I can't, excellent, because it means we have to learn. As you just asked, how do you define the mind? Okay? Before you go there, ask yourself this. How much, and I did actually say that if we look at the universe, we know only this much about it. Yeah? And going on what you said.
We don't know this much, we know quite a lot. Like we know the laws of physics, right?
Actually,
a lot of it, not all of it, but we know quite a lot.
Actually, Imran,
we know quite a lot, yeah.
The figure is around 6% in totality.
Of what?
Of 100.
Of what?
Of the universe that we know.
What do you mean 6%?
We only know that little bit.
We know the laws of physics are the same wherever you look, right?
Wait, 1 second. When you say we know the laws of physics, name me 2 laws.
Well, I don't know all the laws.
So you don't know yet, you are saying we know all about.
Okay, we know about the we know about gravity, we know about how atoms work.
Of course we do.
We know about all the forces, right? We know a lot.
No. We think we know. Let me
we can observe it right around. We can observe.
Well, actually, no. There are many things, even in the sciences, we cannot really observe. Okay, but we need to understand that. You see, Imran, I would suggest to you, I agree with your reasoning. Yeah. If you can't see it, at least understand whether there is some basis for it. Okay. So when I said, can you prove to me about the mind? Yes. There are comprehensive books written on the philosophy of the mind.
Yeah, but they just philosophy. They just talk
1 second, if
nonsense,
I can. I'm so glad you said that. Yeah. You see, it is only nonsense if you have proved it to be nonsense.
It's not that, but you're talking about the mind. It don't make a difference, does it?
No.
We can spend all day here talking about the
mind. Agreed.
Right?
But the reason why I brought it up,
right?
the reason why I brought it up.
It's pointless. Yeah.
No. It's not pointless. I'll tell you why I brought it up. It is something we cannot see. We cannot see the mind.
We can observe it, right?
We can't observe it. We cannot observe it.
If someone has got no mind, you can tell that they're going to be insane. They're going to be doing.
You are talking about the brain. That's different.
No,
1 second, Imran. The brain is different from the mind. Okay, there's a concept of the mind.
No, there's no concept. There's nothing called the mind. The mind just exists from the brain. Like, if I take your brain,
the thought process. Can you see the mind?
No, but
yeah, glad.
If someone takes your brain,
yeah, of course, absolutely, there is. There is. It shows signal. It shows signal. It shows exactly. But 1 second. I'm talking about the mind. Now, you see, the point here I'm making is this, and I'm using it only one example here. So, as I had discussed it with one of my non-Muslim friends also, yeah, you talked about physics, yeah? Are you familiar with subatomic particles?
Not personally, but I'm not. Yeah,
You're not? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I go back to what you said. We should really know about what we are talking about before we can definitively conclude whether there is or there isn't. Yes?
Yeah, of course, that makes
Correct.
sense, right?
Okay, it does make sense, and I agree with you.
Yeah.
But if you don't know in totality about everything around you, can you come to the conclusion that there may not be a creator? Yes or no?
No, there's no reason. Like, we can talk.
No. The reason is different. I just asked. Let me repeat what I said.
Question, yeah?
According to what you said, and I'm going on what you said, Imran. Yeah. If you don't know everything about your surroundings, and now I'm including the universe, can you confidently come to the conclusion that there is no creator? Yes or no?
If you don't know everything about the universe, can you say that there's no Santa Claus? Can you say that there's no Yeti? Can you say there's no dinosaur, Loch Ness monster?
I'm so glad you brought it up. So answer my question.
If you don't know, you can talk about anything, right?
Answer my question first, and then I'll answer yours. Yes or no?
There might be a creator, yeah, there might be.
Excellent.
There could be anything.
Excellent, they could. But now it means that you have necessarily to try and establish it through looking at all the available evidence for your sake to determine whether there is a creator or not. Do you agree with that?
It'll be a bit of a waste of time, but...
Okay.
You know, first of all,
one second, brother. Let's go with one at a time.
Let's cut a little bit, right?
No, you can't.
We're talking quite a lot. Let's talk about something else, yeah? If you look at throughout history...
Brother, let me just finish.
Go on.
You see, Imran, whatever you talk about now is purely based on your personal reasoning.
No, not really.
If I can just finish. Because there are certain subject matter that we touched on which you consider to be important because you raised them, and when I asked you about them, you were unfortunately not aware of them. But let's say this, we have agreed that there might be a creator, so we've got a step forward. Go ahead.
Okay, so the question is, why are you concerned with whether there's a creator or not? Why does it make a difference? If you look at the history of the religions in the world, the concept of a god is not related to the concept of a creator. A creator comes only later on, and it's not important. Like if somebody, you're saying there's a creator, how does that relate to a religion? Why does, if God created us, why does it make a difference? We never asked to be created. No one here asked God to create them before they were created. So why do we need to worship God if He created us? It's not like He created us on earth. It's not like He done us a favor, right? I didn't ask Him to. I didn't do you a favor. Like if you're in prison and I break you out of prison, I take you away from prison, I break you freedom, then I say, oh, now you got to worship me because you were in prison. I gave you freedom. Now you got to worship me for your whole life. Doesn't make sense, does it?
Right.
Because you never asked for it.
Right. Okay. Let's follow your reasoning. Yeah, Imran. You see, you never asked for it. You never asked to be born. Why is it important? You made a distinction between how God ought to be understood and what religion is. Yeah, you said you said quite a few things. But my concern is this: that if I were to ask you, okay, name me two religions where this distinction is made. Go on.
In what? Between where God is not necessarily a creator.
Yeah.
Basically, in all the religions.
No, I asked you name me two.
Talk about Buddhism, Vedic religion.
No, yeah? Buddhism.
All pagan religions. Yeah.
No. When you say all pagan religions, the definition of paganism can be applied to anybody.
Well,
so which one are you talking about?
I'm referring to like Greek religion, Roman religion, Germanic religion, Hittites, Tocharians.
Right. Tell me two things that made the distinction from Buddhism.
Buddhism is not a religion anyway. Exactly. Buddhism.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Are you agreeing with him?
No, it's a kind of a religion.
Now you tell me. Well, look, you see, the problem is you are being so general, Imran, that it is difficult to understand whether you understand what you are saying.
Basically, what I'm saying is, this idea that God, like some monotheistic God, He created the universe, therefore we should worship Him.
Yeah.
Okay, this is like not the original idea of religion. It's basically what it was. Initially, gods weren't about who created the universe.
Where do you get that information from?
Because I know historically how religion, the first monotheistic religion is Zoroastrianism, right? That's the first monotheistic religion in the whole world.
I know, respectfully, Imran, what does monotheistic mean?
Hold on, the Hebrews at one point, okay, we're not monotheistic, right? Yahweh was one of many gods. He was one of many gods, not the one God. He was one of many gods that the Hebrews worship. The first monotheistic religion in the world, okay, which is proper monotheistic like Islam or Christianity, was Zoroastrianism. Zoroastrianism, his people, they were pagans, but he changed the religion and he created the religion of one God. Ahura Mazda was the first God that he said, okay, the one that created the universe, he's the creator of everything, right? And that was the first monotheistic religion. And that religion, you don't have to believe in Zoroaster to go to heaven, you have to be a good person to go to heaven. He's the one that created the distinction between heaven and hell, and all this stuff that you see in Islam, so Zoroastrian, like praying 5 times a day, that comes from Zoroastrianism. And heaven and hell, that comes from the bridge that you cross when you die, that comes from Zoroastrianism. Everything is come from Zoroastrianism. Okay, come and
right. Okay.
He's the one who first done this.
Okay. So do you accept your reasoning about Zoroastrianism?
I just said it, so obviously.
No, I'm asking. Do you accept it?
Well, I just said
so
it.
are you a Zoroaster?
No, I'm not a Zoroaster.
Right.
I don't believe it myself.
Oh, right. You don't believe it, but you just think that it came from there.
That's where monotheism came from. Before that, there was no monotheism.
Right. If I can just. You see, when you say many gods, when we started our conversation, I said one God for Earth, one God for Mars, one God for Jupiter. Do you remember that conversation?
Yeah.
Right. And I said to you, it is illogical to think that there would be one God for here, one God for here. Why? Because it would mean that they are necessarily limited beings. Okay?
But who said that?
I'm telling you, my logic is telling me.
But they are limited. All gods are limited beings. Like God has to be limited. How can a God be unlimited?
But here is your
God is limited. Are you saying that God is unlimited?
Here is the problem. You see, when I'm telling you the concept of limited, okay, our Earth, planet Mars, etc., okay, we are limiting the being. Yeah? Any being that is limited, cannot logically be a creator.
But God
and I'll tell you why.
God has to be limited.
Okay, tell me why.
Because everything is limited by a certain set of rules, right? Everything is. It's not a being which is superior. It's a set of rules that has to be superior.
Okay.
You exist in the universe. You exist because there's laws of physics that allow you to exist. If there's no laws of physics, you could just disappear right now. Right.
Okay.
You just disappear. Everything is the same. If you go to China, anything that exists needs the laws to exist, right? If there's no laws, nothing can exist.
Right.
From your limited.
You see, Imran,
everything is
I agree. I agree.
Even God.
No, I agree.
Because the reason I talk about these other religions is that in the old religions, it wasn't God that was the highest, it was the laws that were the highest thing. Because
which religion is this?
Well, this is like all, like if you look at Greek religion, or the old religion of like India, Pakistan, or the religion of the Greeks, they have a concept.
Which religion of India?
It's called Vedic. It's called Vedic. It's basically it's before Hinduism. It's from Pakistan and.
No, Pakistan never existed.
But it's from Punjab in that area.
All right. Okay.
And also related to the people of Greeks and all these other pagans, right? So the Greeks would call it like Raisha or something like that. It's basically a set of laws that exist.
Right.
They call it natural order. It's
right.
natural order.
Yeah. I tell you what, Imran. You see, you are talking about particular aspects, then you are jumping to other aspects. What I would suggest we do to go forward is this. You said the creator also has to be limited.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I want to know how you came to that reasoning.
Well, basically he has to be limited. He's limited because all things that exist have to be limited by some set of laws. You can't exist. There's no laws that allow you to exist.
Excellent. So prior to the beginning of the universe, what would have happened?
Well, you say God existed, right? You say
no. I'm asking you, and listen to me, because what you.
I don't know what happened.
Right, excellent. What you refer to are the laws of physics. The laws of physics, are not independent of the universe. If the universe is not there, would the laws of physics be there?
But for anything to be anywhere.
No, answer my question, Imran. If the universe is not there, would there be the laws of physics?
No, not as we observe them.
No, they wouldn't. Yeah. But if there wouldn't be, then whatever entity you are talking about, would not be subject to the laws that the entity creates.
No, that's not the case.
No, follow my reasoning.
No,
that's not the. Okay, tell me how.
Because for the entity to exist itself, there must be some laws that allow it to exist.
Stop. How do you know that?
Because nothing can exist without law, without order.
Now what
nothing
is this?
can exist without order.
Imran, you are right.
You look at the universe, right, of everything that you've seen, everything that you've in your life experienced, nothing can exist without order. If you look at, say, anything,
nothing can exist without order. But we are not talking about order and disorder and chaos. What we are talking about, and I think you are missing that one, for you to make that contention, it is within the known universe. The laws of physics or whatever else, if the universe is not there.
Okay, let's say God exists.
No, 1 second. Let's just follow the reasoning. If the laws are subject to the existence of the universe, and the universe is not there, do the laws cease to exist?
the laws that exist in this universe, if the universe didn't exist, presumably those laws wouldn't exist.
Right, I would suggest that
Yeah.
we don't have another universe.
Okay, so where does God exist?
Yeah? No, one second. Here is the problem. You see, you have jumped to another question. We haven't answered the first one. The first one was about the limitedness of the Creator. That's what we are addressing here, and you've jumped to another one.
Okay, let me give another example then.
No, one second. So you now need to tell me if the laws are not there, how can one be subject to the laws?
Okay, let me give another example.
No, answer
Okay.
my question.
But if something is there,
No,
if God
if
exists,
the laws
if God exists, right, then
Right,
it must exist
Imran,
within some space.
I appreciate you have got a certain way of thinking, but I want you to understand what I'm
I'm not
saying
talking
here.
about these laws. I'm talking about anything that exists in any universe, anywhere, has to exist according to some
Now, I'm
laws.
so glad you are saying that because you are working on pure speculation now,
No,
aren't
it's
you?
not, it's
Okay,
observation.
tell me, name me another universe.
Well, you name it.
Did you just say observation?
Yeah.
Okay, what did you observe of another universe?
Well, we've observed that everything that exists anywhere needs some laws to
Have
exist.
you, now I'm going to ask again, and I don't mean this in any way. You just told me you've observed another universe?
Yeah. No, I'm not going to.
Right. Have you observed another one?
No, another universe.
Do you know of any another universe?
How is it
universe?
How is it related to the
I'm just
discussion?
following what you said. You see, because Imran,
Okay,
you
so
you have
you don't agree that something has
listen.
to exist
No.
within some laws. But
No,
you think that something
we
can
are
exist. You're saying something can exist if there's no laws around that place.
I'm not saying that.
In chaos.
I'm-
If God exists, right, how does God just not disappear?
Right, Imran, here's what I would suggest.
Like, I'm stable here right now, right? There's no like fire, there's no burning. If there was like an explosion, we could just disappear. We could just like be gone, right? Now, if God is existing somewhere,
Yeah.
how come he disappear like that?
Right.
How come he don't disappear? There has to be something that keeps him there, right? Like we're here because of the laws of physics, right? This
Yeah.
tree is there because of the laws of physics. This camera is here because of the laws of physics.
Right, okay.
There has to
I'll
be
tell you
some
what.
law.
Do you know there was a gentleman here in Hyde Park? He said, because his claim is that everybody descended from the Africans. Okay? Listen carefully. And what he said, I am your daddy. You don't tell daddy, daddy tells you. Okay? His logic was this. That right now, I'll just, the logic is this, that you, Imran, are unsure about the laws.
I'm not unsure about it.
Can I just finish?
Alright, go on.
You're unsure about the laws and whether they affect other universes. Apparently, you think there are other
I
universes.
don't think that.
All right,
I'm not
good.
conjecturing about other universes.
Are they? Are there?
Don't
other,
take it somewhere else.
Are there other universes?
I don't know. What do you think?
Right. No, what I
Let's
think.
not talk about other
what I
universes,
think.
okay?
No, because we are talking about the Creator here.
Yeah, of course,
You see,
yeah.
you are saying even the Creator is subject to laws.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you know that?
Because if he wasn't subject to laws, okay, let's say that the creator is up there, right? And he wants to change something on Earth. He wants to do something on Earth, right? Like he wants to, let's say he wants to, like, do something. Let's say he wants to hit you with a rock. Hit me with a rock from up there, right? He's got to throw the rock at the correct angle, at the correct speed, so that when it comes in here, it has to affect for all the wind and all the laws of physics here, so it has to hit me here. You can't just throw it like there and it's going to come here. He's got to account for all the laws of the physics here to do what he wants to do.
Okay.
He can't go against it. You can't just like we're here. You can't just make us disappear like that.
You
can't just make like just anything happen. You can't just make this whole thing just disappear,
Yeah.
or you can't just make like magic happen. You can't just go and fly away.
Yeah, I
It's
appreciate.
not going to happen. It
You're
all
right.
has to be uniform. He has to follow the laws.
I appreciate what
he has to follow the law as well.
Right, I appreciate what you are saying, but your logic is slightly skewed, respectfully, Imran, and I'll tell you why. You see, you said if you wanted to throw a rock at me, or you, or anybody, the angular momentum x, y, z has to be correct according to the laws of physics.
Yeah. In this place, in this universe, yeah.
In this universe. Now, I asked you, and I'll ask you again, okay, the laws are as a result of the existence of the universe. If the universe is not there, are the laws there?
We don't know. Probably not.
Okay.
It depends how it depends how you define universe. It depends on a lot of factors, isn't it?
Okay, you define
You're making
you define the
you're making a very general.
No, actually, I'm being specific. You are general. I'll tell you what. You define a universe for me.
Okay, I don't know what play this game. You do it. You do it.
No. Wait a minute.
No, but you know what I'm talking about.
Imran, either you know what you are saying, or you are not sure what you are saying,
What am I saying?
but you are just being.
You tell me what I'm saying.
Honestly.
But why do you?
Look, you've asked me, Imran. Honestly, you sound very confused.
No,
but
why?
I'm telling you honestly, and I don't mean that offensively.
You're asking me
What
a
I mean,
question, that's
what I mean,
what I think.
Imran, is I'm going according to your reasoning. You see, we started off with about the creator and existence of the creator. We were
But
discussing.
you keep talking about the universe though.
Wait,
Why do you always
wait.
bring the universe into it? You're always saying that
because
the universe
because
is,
Imran,
that.
you said, and I will make this clear. You said everything is subject to laws.
Okay, let me give you another example.
Now,
yeah?
there you go
About
off
the same
again.
Thing, about the same thing. Let's not.
Can we just on one
Very,
thing?
very tight examples. I'll give you very tight examples. You're talking about the universe and
You
everything.
see, brother, around 5 o'clock
Yeah.
we have to leave. Okay.
Okay,
So I
okay.
want to try and restrict the
Okay, one more example
discussion.
about this, yeah, okay?
About what?
About this, about God being subject to laws,
No,
right?
no, no. We
No,
have-
there's another example about God being subject to laws.
Yeah.
If God says he's going to do X, Y, Z, right? Does he have to do it or not?
And who would tell you whether he would do X, Y, and Z?
No, if God says in the Quran,
No.
okay, I'm going to do X, Y, Z,
You see-
does he have to do it or not?
You see, here's the problem. You tell me, and I did say that at
never
the
answered the
start.
question.
No, I'll tell you. You see, either the Creator has relayed information to us, or we, in our wisdom, think that we can do a better job. My suggestion is that if you are going to talk even about a creator for the purpose of a discussion, then one has to understand whether a creator communicated with the created entity. Now, logic is telling me that if I am a created entity, it is impossible for me to even remotely suggest I would be able to think for a creator for the purposes of the discussion.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you do that?
In that case, you can win any argument with anyone, right?
Can you do that?
You're basically saying that you just can't, you can't argue with the Quran. That's what you're saying. You're saying you can't argue with Islam.
Now you see-
if you say you can't argue with Islam, that means that you're just a slave. You can't. There's no point. in arguing with
Right,
Islam.
you see, Imran,
What's the point? Why are you here then?
you see, Imran, I did say you were somewhat confused, and you've confirmed it again. You see, we are talking about the creator, you are talking about the Quran.
Same thing. Well, how do you know what the how do you know
Right,
what
so
the, how do
you,
know what the
one
Prophet
second.
said?
I'm so glad you asked that. You see, have you studied it,
Never studied what?
the Quran?
No, not particularly.
You haven't. How would you then discount it?
How do you say it is that this is the book of God?
Because like I just asked you, I would do the necessary study. And it's not only about the Quran here. Any book that professes to be from
Is the Quran the best book in the
Imran,
world?
look, if any book professes to be from a creator, then I would humbly suggest that at least take the time out to study it. If not, take advice from people who know about it, yes, and then make up your mind. Being an individual, and you are entitled to it, being an individual who hardly is aware of what the
I am aware of it.
respectfully, the subject matter is, yeah, and then is trying to formulate what he considers to be solid opinions, is frankly, unfortunately, not tenable in a reasonable discussion.
No,
So what I would
trying to
suggest,
put me down, okay?
no, I would
not.
not. Look, thankfully,
you didn't
Imran,
win.
I asked you many questions and you honestly answered.
I'm confused.
No, you
The
honestly.
argument is that I'm confused. After all this,
No, you asked me what do I think, and I said, and I honestly am saying you are a bit confused, and I said why.
I'm not
You see,
confused.
okay, that's
I've
fine.
said why, that's
I'll
fine.
take that back. I will say, look, I think your arguments are quite muddled. Okay, but that's not a problem. But if you are going to talk about a creator, then let's restrict it to a creator. If you are going to talk about the laws of the universe, then let's restrict it until we understand fully what we are discussing. Okay, I would suggest this to you. I know, confidently I'm asserting this to you, that as a Muslim, the existence of the creator is a given. Okay, if you want to establish the existence of a creator, then you must look at all the available evidence for you to be able to establish whether there is or there isn't. I am saying to you respectfully, you have not done that, but you are on the way there because you are starting to ask these questions, although you are convinced of an alternative reality.
I'm not convinced about alternative reality, but I'm pretty sure I know there's no evidence for a creator. There's no evidence anywhere.
Most welcome.
All right,
Thank you very much.